Right, let's go for it, mate. Let's go for it. We said we'd do it. We do it. We're not going to be fair weather. We're not fair weather fans here at Leeds TV. We got to take the rough with the smooth, mate. So player ratings anyway, mate. Manchester United 6, Leeds United 2. It gets more and more crazy every time I say it. Crazy, mate. Crazy. Guys, thanks so much for joining us if you have done.
I'm going to be eating as well. To cheer myself up, I've just got back from KFC just prior to this, so there will be stages where I might be chewing on chips just to caveat that, folks. But this is my healing. Oscar uses drink.
If a chicken zinger doesn't cheer you up, I don't know what does, mate. I don't know what does.
Mate,
We'll have to rate your KFC out of 10 at some point. We'll have to do that. Right, guys. So to be fair, 67 of you have joined us already. I did not think we'd get that many, mate, to be honest. But let's get into it straight away. Let's go on to Illan Meslier.
Just before we do, I just want to have a quick chat. I just want to caveat a few things. Like I've said in my post-match that we lacked fight. And I can see there's a lot of people who disagree with that statement. And obviously, football's a game of opinion, so everyone's entitled to their opinion. But when I talk about fight, I'm referencing guile, I'm referencing challenges, I'm referencing, like, there's a obviously, Bielsa's system means that we will create chances. And yes, we will go to the final whistle because, yes, we are fit as individuals. But there was moments in the game when balls were fit. Man United, McTominay, Fred, they had fight. They had a bit of steel about them.
They had the feel for the game, didn't they? It felt 100%. Like a derby game to them a bit more than it did to us. And
I don't think any player showed me that. The one player that did.
This is it for me. This comment here. The second ball just didn't win, did we?
Exactly, yeah. So I took a bit of stick in my comments and I was a bit surprised because I was like, have I really got it that wrong? Now, I go on social media and everyone are like, yeah, proud of the team, etc. We're coming up against better quality opposition. Roy Keane saying, yeah. And a lot of people are coming out saying, listen, I'd rather do Leeds than be Newcastle or Burnley or whatever and not be in games and just try nick a 1-1. And I totally get that. As a Leeds United fan, it's tough to take getting beat 6-2 at Old Trafford. So there's obviously some of that in it as well. But also, I just think there was times where, like Lee Lord says, we didn't do that. In this type of game, we've got to, I cannot remember a challenge of note, and there was opportunities to do it. The one that really got to me was the Leif Davis one later on where Friday just jumped over the ball. I think And that's what I wanted to see, personally, because Cooper's come off injured. Jack Harrison took one from Alex Telles, not from a Leeds United perspective. And when you're going down the way that we were, there's a few was like, come on, let them know you're there, man, a little bit.
There's none of that, really.
And I just want to
really feel like a derby game to me, mate.
And it's difficult when there's no fans as well.
Yeah, there is that, but I do agree. I'd rather us play good football because we did play some good stuff in the final Thursday. I can't deny that. We created 4 or 5 good chances, but I know the good team. There was a good team, etc., but we didn't do the basics right at all today, mate. There wasn't fight. I mean, fight can be categorized in several different ways, but for me, the same as you, mate, fight for me isn't creating chances and being good in the final third and getting shots off. Fight is off the ball, intensity off the ball, pressing, winning the second balls, putting your foot in, making changes.
Look at that's what it is, mate. Yeah, I'm with you on that. And let's have a look. Let's have a think about Calvin Phillips, who I said would get this game more than anyone other. Look at that Lindelof goal. That's not fight. That's not fight. Click getting left for dead by McTominay, who we made look like prime Pogba, prime Paul Scholes, sorry, for 2 goals. That's not fight. But that's just my opinion. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those. Several different things. Concentration levels were terrible today as well, mate. KP's losing Lindelof. He's just doing nothing. I mean, they're just sort of so poor. They got some of the goals they let in today, and I allude to as much in my post match as well, mate. But let's go for it then. Let's go into it. Illan Meslier, what was your general? I thought, to be fair, towards the end of the game, he did make some really good saves to keep us in it. But to be fair, the fifth goal, the Dan James goal, whether it was the fifth or sixth goal, I think it was the fifth goal.
He shouldn't be scoring, should he?
Yeah, it's gone straight through his legs. Disappointing. Not the type of goal you sort of associate Meslier conceding. He very rarely makes mistakes like that. I mean, what would your general assessment be of Meslier's performance?
Exactly what you said. I don't. I'd go no higher than a 7. No higher than a 7. It's probably going to be the highest mark you're going to get for a Leeds United player on this one for me. But I'd go no higher than a 7, and that's, to be honest, I'd go 6. I would, and that's what I put on the poll on Twitter. If you haven't had your vote, make sure you get your vote on Twitter, guys.
Get your vote in.
I put 6 just due to the fact that he should do better with the Dan James one. I thought he was decent in the air, commanding sometimes from corners as well, which was nice to see. And he did make some key saves. However, the Dan James one shouldn't be in the back of the net. He just shouldn't.
No, definitely not. I'd have to go the same as you, mate. I think his general performance was okay. When you can see 6 goals, one of them's probably down to yourself as well. It's hard to go more than a 6 for me, if I'm being honest. I think the 7's, he finished the game quite well, but there was even that one, the Fred one, where he's throwing it straight to Fred's. I mean, if that goes in the back of the net, you're 7-2 down there at that point, and it gets even worse. I mean, why has he launched the ball? Why is he launching the ball like that? It's 6-2. Why? I just want to flash up this comment as well, Sim. Fellas, you're approaching this whole thing like we are Manchester United's equals, and we aren't. Right, okay, and I've seen a lot of this, and that's fine. However, we've shown already this season we can compete against them. So why should we accept it and just go, here's what it is? Yeah. You can still have an opinion on it. We know quality-wise, we ain't on their level. But when we're having a great performance against City, almost getting a point away at Anfield, we're all right to then go, we're the best thing since sliced bread. We're unreal. It's true. Yeah. No, it is. It is. I mean,
you got to take the rough with the smooth. I accept that, but I don't know.
But the thing is, it's
a lot of difference of opinion.
They're a better Manchester United team than I think we've probably given credit for.
Yeah,
before 100%. The whistle blows during the season. I'll give him that. Rashford is world class for me. I'd go that far. That was a world class performance from him. But McTominay looks a top talent. To be fair, they've got some absolutely fantastic footballers. There's no doubt about that.
Today, man.
He did look. He might well be a top player. I've not seen enough of him to comment, but I didn't think he was that good. Obviously today he was top class, but I didn't think he had that level of performance in him. I certainly didn't see him as a goal scorer. And that's the thing. Obviously quality wise, I've got that quality, but the fact of the matter is, you don't expect to lose any game 6-2. Not in the manner we lost the game 6-2 either. It wasn't a case of they had 6 shots, all 6 went in. Maybe first half they had 4 shots, 4 went in, but second half, Meslier's had to make some saves to keep us in the game. That's what's more worrying for me. We've given the ball away in stupid areas, and we just look so unlike ourselves. We could lose games at this level. We'll get battered in some games this season.
And I've said that. We've said that.
In that game,
there will be games where we'll get
in that game, though, to lose in that manner is particularly just poor for me, and I can't get away from that. I've said as well. I was disappointed as well, mate. That
we made it easy for them. We made it easy for them.
We gave them 2 goals in 3 minutes, mate. I know they're good goals, but from their point of view, but it was still poor marking from our point of view. Can I just ask
this as well, Oscar? Obviously, I think he's a 6. Some people don't agree and say, no, it could have been 10 if it weren't for Meslier, which is also true. But what I have seen, and what Giancarlo's mentioned there just briefly, there is actual people on Twitter, I believe, anyway, asking for Kiko. Asking for Kiko. Now, no disrespect, guys, and again, football's a game of opinions. You could argue he was a 7. I think he was a 6 just for the Dan James. But like Giancarlo says, most games he's 7 or 10. Chelsea would have been smoked if it weren't for him. If that's Kiko, trust me, we are getting smoked. So people need I get straight after the game and even some of my takes on my video, I look back sometimes and I go, oh, but that's the emotion at the time. But calling for Kiko, no. Like, no. Like, what do you make to that, Oscar? That's what Oscar makes to it.
Really? Really, that's all I'm going to say. Kiko
yeah.
Garcia. I mean, that's just nonsense. That's got to be Kiko Garcia's family or something tweeting on Twitter in a separate account, or his agent. I mean, I can't put my finger on any of that, because I'm being honest. If Meslier wasn't in goal for us this season, we probably conceded another 5 or 6 goals at least, probably more than that. To be honest,
in
a game, in one game. To be fair, that was a massive under thingy, wasn't it? But the thing that really annoys me, mate. And to be fair, it's a take on Twitter that I've had to delete the tweet, to be fair, because I couldn't be bothered with some of the replies I was getting, was when Bamford said, we have to stick together, and we've been in the dressing room, we've all agreed we have to stick together. For me, mate, I want them having a good old row in that dressing room. I want them having a go at each other. I want them going, click, first 2 goals. Where were you first 3 minutes? Rodrigo giving the ball away every 2 minutes. KP, captain of the team. Well, this meant more to you than anyone. You've lost your man on the 3rd and 4th goals. I want that. I want a bit of that, because we can't keep conceding goals like this, mate. We can't keep relying on the attack to bail us out.
What I would probably say is, next time we play them, is maybe not have Calvin G and them up in the dressing room, because it obviously didn't work.
Play it down a bit.
Because no, you're right. Because Calvin wasn't great tonight. Look, we can have a little laugh, and some people might get angry that bit.
Well, people are saying, "Oh, we don't need a divided dressing room." And look, I get that. I get the divided dressing room. But if they've not got the bottle to accept a bit of criticism from their own teammates, then sorry, that's not good enough for me. And I highly doubt that. I highly doubt they're an honest group of lads. And sometimes I think some of them maybe do need a bit of telling, because some of them, and we're going to go through it in the ratings, I think have got a bit too comfortable the last couple of weeks in terms of their first team places. The performances haven't been acceptable from them for quite a while, to be fair. And I'm not being... I love Mateusz Klich, don't get me wrong, but that's the 3rd time this week alone where he's cost us a goal, to be honest. The first goal against Newcastle, he lets the cross just come in. He doesn't put any pressure on Ryan Fraser putting the ball in the box. First goal today, Fernandes is there. Look, I've watched the goals back, mate. Fernandes is there. He's waiting probably about 40 minutes for McTominay to make the run, and Klich's not tracked him back. Klich's not running back. As Paul says, he lost his mark.
Like, it was where is he? Where is he?
And this is Mateusz Klich we're talking about. His work rate off the ball is superb, but the last 2 games he's just not been good enough. And he came off at half time. But the only thing to say about that is, mate, he came off at half time. Obviously, Klich and KP were on a book. We're on 4 bookings. So they've got a booking. They've been out of Burnley. So I can kind of understand that one a bit more now, to be honest. But I have to be honest, mate. I'm going to go...
Sorry, I was trying... I'm muting and unmuting myself because I'm chewing. But... Is that what you said? Yeah. I pressed the camp. No, but I don't buy into that yellow card stuff. They were brought off because they weren't great.
Well, there's that as well. I think that's probably helped.
I don't think Bielsa looks at it like that, personally. I think Klich, like you say, has lost his marker for both goals. And KP was ball watching, man. He got drawn into it, leaving Bruno Fernandes sat on the edge. I didn't think he was
shocking, mate.
I thought Pascal offered more when he came on.
And he wasn't great either, if you ask me. No. I mean, Meslier, I've got to agree with you. I think a 6 out of 10. Let's just have a quick look at our poll. Our lovely voters on Twitter have gone with Meslier on second. Illan Meslier. They've gone. We'll get there. Well, to be fair, I think they disagree with us a little bit. 7 or more, 44% have gone with. 6, 35%. And so it's pretty much between a 6 and a 7. But for me, I'm sticking with a 6. I'm not giving a 7 to a goalkeeper that's letting 6 goals in the game. I'm sorry. And he's cost us the 5th goal. I've got to be a bit harsher there. I've got to be harsh there, mate. I'm going to stand by my 6. What about you? Can't hear you, mate.
Sorry, man. I'm mute. I should not have eaten, but if I don't eat, it'll go cold. And I just thought we could have...
Eating, mate. No, it's still it cheers you up. If it cheers you up, it means a happier video, a happier Joe. Yeah.
Oscar's drinking Corona. I'm eating my KFC. No, like you said, I think he's at fault for the Dan James one. And do you know what? I really dislike Dan James now. I used to think his leads, and then he scored. And the dive, and then the way he was celebrating, I thought, You're supposed to be Leeds, you little bellend. So yeah, I just didn't like him. So you shouldn't have let him score. It's gone through his legs. It's a poor save. We expect better. But like Mike says, people are saying you're being very critical. He saved about 10 chances. I just think six is fine for me. But
6 is good, to be fair. 6 is very good compared to what we're going to give everyone else at the minute.
Yeah, it is.
To be fair, the 6 will look very good in about 10 minutes' time. Trust me. Right, let's go on to Stewie Dallas. Obviously started the game at right back, then moved to centre mid, then scored a goal of Zidane quality right at the end of the game that we're kind of all forgotten about. It's a hard one to rate, to be honest, mate, because I don't think any of the goals you can directly put on Stuart Dallas, to be honest. I don't think any of them you can put on Stuart Dallas. Having said that, I didn't think he was great at right back at all. I think he really struggled against Rashford.
How many times?
Oh, too many times.
Rashford was the key focal point, man. It went to him first. It felt like, anyway. How many times in that first half was Rashford in a position where he was up against Ayling and not Dallas?
Too many times. Far too many times, mate.
Every time he picked up the ball, it was like Ayling was the right back at times. I don't know where Dallas went. I personally, I'm seeing it more and more now. I'm such a massive fan of Dallas, and I think in them early stages of the Premier League, people see the game differently to me, more in depth to me, and have been calling for like left back changes for forever. And I haven't been able to see it because we're winning games. Because obviously, I just see the win and that's it. Then Dallas in midfield, and Oscar used it, not in midfield, and I'd be like, no, he's fine, man. I love Dallas. He's doing. But then the more and more Premier League games we see, the more the glaring.
In a game of that quality, it's different. When you're coming up against, Fernandes and that lot, it's tough.
Yeah, when you've got Click, when he's on it, or Rodrigo, they can make them slight movements and get round players, whereas Stuart Dallas turns like this at times. Do you know what I mean? And it's so easy. Yeah, and I would have preferred Shackleton to go in the midfield. We're already losing 4-1. Just put Shackleton in his...
Or Pablo.
Yeah,
a bit more craft and creativity.
I think it'd have been too slow, man. The way
there's that as well. To be fair, in truth, mate, I think we could have done anything at that point at 4-1. It probably wouldn't have been much better. But my man Matt Hayes, top man. To be fair, top man. Make sure you check him out. Tottenham blog. Disappointing result for them guys as well, but top quality channel. Top man is Matt Hayes. But yeah, guys, smash that like button. 300 of you watching this now. Absolutely crazy considering the result. Top class support, guys.
It's not. They're all Man United fans.
They probably are, to be fair. I've seen McSauce in the comments. Oh, how have we let this happen? How have we let this happen, man? We've made Fred look like Patrick Vieira, peak Patrick Vieira. We've made McTominay look like peak Paul Scholes. Rashford's basically on course for a Ballon d'Or after that performance. And it's just, what is going on? We even let Maguire was running in on our goal at one point. And I'm thinking, no. Dallas for me. The goal massively probably elevates this, but I'm going to go a 5 for Dallas. Is that a harsh or?
I think if we're gonna, I think you've got. For me, I'm going to give him a 6 just because he's scored a bit of a.
It was a worldie. Let's be honest. In another moment in the game, to be fair, had it been like at 2-0 and we got that to 2-1, he scored that like. It's crazy, really. But okay, let's go with 6. And to be fair, Twitter agrees. To be fair, Twitter's thinking I'm being too harsh. 46% have gone 6s, 35% have gone 5s. So, 6 for Stewie Dallas. Isn't too bad. We've not started this too bad, mate. 2 6s, not too bad. It's going to get worse, though, I can imagine. Let's go on to Luke Ayling. It's right side of the back 2. What do you think to his performance? When you go slow like this, I know something bad's going to happen. I know it's going to be something bad you're going to say.
No, I think when we've seen Ayling bossing games and we're like, oh yeah, today was a real shout for him.
What does that mean?
I don't know, mate.
What's that mean? What's that mean?
I don't know.
I mean, we look nothing alike.
No.
If we're not to say that it makes sense, that comment, but we look nothing alike, do we?
That's brilliant. We don't look alike, yeah. So I don't
if it was like, we look similar in that lot, I don't know. What's that all about?
Yeah, honestly, you're looking for bites, you're not going to get them. We just have a laugh on these, you know what I mean?
I did bite a bit there, to be fair. But
it was more of taking the piss out of his comments. His brain dead, isn't he? Saying we all look alike and we look nothing like each other.
Our views are going to go down to about 30 now, because it's just Man United fans watching this, probably.
I don't care. Right, so what were we saying? Yeah, Luke Ayling. He was. It was glaring tonight that he wasn't a centre back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. It was.
Do you know what I mean?
It's probably the most by far the most difficult game for him in terms of centre back. I thought first 20 minutes when they were really, really pushing, he was okay. He was okay. You know, not really at fault for those first couple of goals, but then he got more and more sloppy for me.
Yeah,
more and more sloppy. I mean, why is Kevin Nolan in this chat now? What's going on here with this chat now? Who's talking about Kevin Nolan?
Oh, honestly, funny man. What's he say? Kevin Nolan, Calvin Phillips.
Phillips the Yorkshire Noble. To be fair, it's quite good banter. That, to be fair, it's a bit of banter. Beat Fulham, who was 7 points ahead of, by the way. Yeah. But
if you're going to come with a bant, make sure it's good. JTS Productions is a tour.
There we go. You've heard it here first. Right. Rating them for Luke Ayling. Get your ratings in for Luke Ayling before we discuss. I'm thinking
hard to. Yeah, he's just.
It's hard because 5, or was that a bit generous? I don't know.
I think 5. Yeah,
5 about right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, 5 for Luke Ayling. Let's go for it. Let's go for 5. Twitter said 5, basically. 43% have gone 5, 26% have gone 6, 18% have gone 4, and 13% have gone 3. Blimey.
3's harsh, isn't it?
Well, it gets worse, to be fair, because 3 becomes quite prominent towards the end as we go along. Right, let's go on to Liam Cooper. To be honest, Liam Cooper made a lot of goal-saving blocks at like 2-0, if I'm being honest, mate.
Yeah.
I've got to give him some praise for that. Although, again, a bit like Luke Ayling, I just thought went sloppier and sloppier and sloppier and sloppier as the game kind of went on. He kind of got weaker in the games it went on. Well, there's a 5 here. There's a 4. -10 for Luke. Someone said there.
I like this, just back on Ayling, though. From Enzio Frank.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't
hide. He always wants to get on the ball. He always does want to make things happen. So that's a great shout. And he's not a natural centre-back. So, yeah, he's great. But we do need him back at right-back, I think. ASAP. Rocky.
Is this on? I'm not sure about this, though. Best game for Liam Cooper. I'm not sure I can agree with that. He wasn't the worst on the pitch.
Best game in the league shirt. 5.
I've seen this. Cooper did okay. 5 in that lot. I'm thinking it doesn't go.
He can't do. No, he's had much better games.
Well, I'm not sure I agree with that. I'm not sure I can agree with that. He did try and play on. To be fair to him, I think he was genuinely in pain. He did try and soldier on, but I mean that didn't help matters, did it? Let's just hope Coops is in that game.
What if he's out for a while now?
Man. There's got to be Pascal Struick and Ayling, isn't it? Or Davis and Ayling. It's not ideal, is it? It's some interesting comments on Liam Gallagher put a spell on you lot. He's still better than Simply Red, though. I'm sticking by that. That's a positive I take. Check who's made more money in their lives, Mick Hucknall or Liam Gallagher. You will know the answer. That's it. Bang. There we go. Right. On that note, Kaiser Chiefs are also miles better than Simply Red. So there you go. Liam Cooper, 5. Fumf. Twitter agrees. Twitter said 34% have gone. Another comment's coming in here. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see this comment. Where is it? Let's have a look. What's the comment? Is it bad at me or something? Yeah, that's a yes then.
What? What comment?
You were laughing at something then. I won't know what you were laughing at.
Oomph.
All right, that's just 5, mate. I know I'm German. Bamford is a Poundland Abraham. Interesting. You're not going to beat the noble one, to be fair, Alfie, mate. You're not going to beat that noble one. Do try harder. Keep trying, but you're not going to beat that one. Right, 5 then we'll go for Coops, which is what Twitter agrees with. 34% have gone for 5s. Oh, blimey. Okay, Johnny Alioski now we're going to have to go on to. Ooh, tough game. Tough game. Just could not stop giving the ball away, could he?
No. 5-yard passes at
struggled against Dan James, in all honesty.
It's not great.
No, but I think, to be fair, he played pretty well in this game. I know, obviously, Alioski help matters, but he did have a good game, to be fair. He caused us quite a few problems, Dan James. But yeah, I agree with you. He's not world-class like a Rashford or a Fernandez, so it's disappointing from that point of view. A bit harsh. Harrison, Poundland, Snodgrass. No, still not got the same feel to the Poundland Noble thing. Keep trying, mate, though. Callum's gone 4. Yeah, a 2. I'm not sure I'll go as far as a 2. I don't think he was that bad.
I wouldn't have said so. What do you reckon?
I think actually Giancarlo's being generous there when he says that. I thought it's way worse than a 5. I think David says as well. 1 second. We look vulnerable on this side. Definitely defensively look vulnerable on that side of the pitch. I've got to go 4.
I feel tight giving them 4s.
Well, we can't just give we've got to be a bit cruel, mate. We've got to be a bit harsh. It's.
Yeah. Okay. 4. What? Yeah, we'll go 4.
Right. Twitter. To be fair, okay, we'll go with Twitter. Just load Twitter up 1 second. Yeah, I mean Twitter's gone 47% have gone 4s. 28% have gone 5s. So 4.
Yeah, 4. We'll go 4. Let's do it.
Okay. Right. Let's go on to Calvin Phillips. Again, those 2 goals, mate. Those 2 goals we have to talk about as well.
That was the wrong comment. Giancarlo, shout out for Vincenzo D'Angelo.
What a name. That is such a sexy name, that, isn't it? Vincenzo. Yeah. I'm sorry, Giancarlo, but that's a name that's competing with you, that, mate. Yeah,
definitely.
There's a lot of competition in those nightclubs. That's all I'm saying. But, right. He's our man, Giancarlo. He's a top man. Right, Calvin Phillips. I can't beat around the bush here, mate. It's a 4 for me.
Yeah, I don't think he was good at all, which really disappointed me.
No, yeah. Of all the players you think you could get a top performance from in a game like this, he just wasn't at it. Probably his worst game of the season. One of his worst games in the league shirt, to be honest. I think certainly since Bielsa's been in the job, I've got to say it's a shocking game for him and rare poor performance from KP.
Yeah, especially in the biggest game since for a long time anyway, And
this is true, to be fair. That I hope, he's not. I don't think he will have just from one game. You'd like to think he's not. Southgate's not that fickle in that sense, but yeah, I don't know. What are you thinking, mate?
He just went missing, mate, for me. I don't know. Maybe, I don't.
Top man, Andrew Batty. Top man.
We will go again. We will go again. I'm not concerned. Genuinely, I'm not concerned because I know, we've got Burnley and West Brom up next, and they're winnable games. And they're the ones that'll keep us in the division. Mm-hmm. And then we've got Tottenham, and I said on mine.
Well, let's not go on to that yet. We're down already, mate. Yeah. We're down already. Yeah. We'll slowly build to that one. We'll slowly build.
Calvin, really disappointing performance. Got took off at half time for a reason. Left Lindelof for the fourth goal. I've seen someone say he was creating. I don't really remember anything of note off the top of my head.
Yeah, I mean, mate, you just put the thought of Human Son running at our defence now in my mind after mentioning that Tottenham game. I wish you didn't do that, mate. I wish you didn't do that to me. Twitter agrees, to be fair. 41% gone 4s. To be fair, 35% have gone freeze. Freeze. I don't know why I was whispering that then, because everyone can hear us kind of think. Freeze. Yeah, we'll go 4. We're not going to go for a 3 for Calvin. Rafinha, our best player on the pitch for me. For that reason alone, I think we've got to go at least 6. Sure, they've got.
Definitely. Mate, you might not agree because we're being beat 6-2, but I'd arguably say it was a 7.
Yeah, to be fair, I think Matthews just said 7s. I could go along with that, mate.
And
what a save off De Gea, by the way. Not once, twice.
I thought he was good today. I genuinely thought he was good. He created and he was the one that was pulling out saves. He nearly caught Shaw napping. And De Gea
he looked good on the left as well, didn't he? He's not often looked good on the left, but he calls Wan-Bissaka, who's not a bad defender.
They were doing much more than what Jack Harrison were doing on the left prior to the switch. And I thought he was good. And I'd be happy to give him a 7, and that's probably the highest you're going to get, I think.
Yeah, well, definitely, I think. I'll go along with that, mate. I'll go 7s. Twitter's a bit harsher. 39% have gone 6s, 29% have gone 7s, but a lot of our chat's gone 7s, so let's go 7. Let's be a bit nicer. Let's go with 7. Right, Mateus Click. Again, if I'm giving KP a 4, I'm going to have to start at least 4 for Click, if not a bit lower, to be honest, because...
Here, look at this. Matt blowing us out of the water. This doesn't make for great reading when we've given him a 7. Rafinha was involved in 9 duels. He lost them all. Listen, Rafinha also lost possession 36 times. Where's it? Well, from my eyes, he was. That's
I'm surprised at that. I'm surprised. I'm sure it's correct because Matt is man. Matt's obviously big on the stats, so that's shocking. That, to be honest. Let's move on. We're giving him a 7. I'm not going to go back and say, right, you're getting a 6 now. And you can be happy with it. 6, and don't even start moaning. Right, Click 3. I've got to, mate, and it hurts. That gives me pain. Saying that, but it's a 3.
But mate, he's lost McTominay for both goals, man.
Not just that. It's on the ball. He was just shocking today.
If Man United don't score so early, it's a different game because Leeds, they just blew us out of the water after 3 minutes, man. 3 minutes. So for that, the fact he lost, and then I don't remember him doing anything after that fact.
Nothing.
3.
I could go lower. I could honestly go lower than 3, but I'm not going to.
Could be Click's worst performance in the Leeds shirt in arguably his biggest game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, Twitter is 47% have gone 3. 47% have gone 3. 42% have gone 4, which means 89% have gone less than 5. That's not good. That's not good at all. And I've got to agree with it. I can't disagree with it. Click really needs to up his game. He was absolutely outstanding start of the season. He's an outstanding player, but just not been at it last couple of games for me. Defensive side of his game's not been great. And yeah, just needs to regroup and sort it out. Sort it out, mate. Sort it out. Right, Rodrigo.
It was the
Give us a rating, guys. Give us a rating for Rodrigo. I mean,
it's the only one I've seen try a slide tackle.
Yeah, that's good. That's a 6 straight from the off then. 5? Is that a bit kind?
Yeah,
or I don't know.
I mean, he played the worldie of the pass to Rafinha.
Yeah.
When he seemed to be playing from the right in the second half.
Yeah, he moved over to the wing, didn't he? And he did all right. All right just wasn't good enough, though, on the day, was it, to be honest? Anonymous Yorkshire saying 5 all day. Yeah, it did feel like a classic 5.
I'm happy with that.
A lot, which he did, first half especially. Yeah, he was terrible. The Silverback, and I won't say I thought there was worse players than Rodrigo on the day. A lot of 5s, to be fair.
This comment as well. Someone said, "Are you appearing on 90minute.com?"
Here we go. Hang on. Let me find the comment. I've lost the comment.
You don't need it. Within about within about half an hour of us losing, I had a text saying, "Are you free tomorrow?"
You're on with Goldfish tomorrow.
Well, listen, I won't shirk it. It is what it is.
No,
You've got to stand by conviction, haven't you? I have faith in this season.
The only problem is Chelsea aren't playing beforehand, and if Chelsea drop points, it takes the heat off, doesn't it, a bit?
Yeah, exactly. So I can just deflect it. Actually, as well, I've just remembered. Shori, thank you so much for reminding. Rodrigo was the one.
Actually, you know what?
Of the fourth. Where
was it the third? No, it was the third, wasn't it? The
fourth was the header, weren't it? The third, yeah.
Yeah, the third. I lost track of him.
He actually won the ball and then went to play Alioski and gave it straight away to Fred, and then they were away. Yeah, 4, man, 5, 4. No, because you can't be giving that ball away, man. That's the thing. Man United capitalised on our mistakes.
4. We'll go 4. Twitter's gone 37%, gone 5s, 30% gone 4s. A lot of 4s in here. Let's stick with 4. Let's stick with it.
Yeah.
Right. Jack Harrison. That miss, I don't know how he's put that so far wide. He's almost hit the corner flag towards the end of the game. It just was not his day, was it? It was so far removed from his Newcastle performance. It's untrue, mate. It's untrue. I just thought shocking 90 minutes from Jack Harrison, to be honest, as well.
Yeah, not great. Especially after the Newcastle performance, like you said. Yeah, not great. And I guess we were just terrible all around.
I love Silverback's ratings. He's gone
Silverback's mental, you know. Silverback's terrible. In the comments, like a few people have disagreed with my no fight comment in my YouTube, and when I check the comments, which I probably shouldn't do, all Silverbacks is just like backing me up, going, "They're horrible." I'm like, "Go on, Silverback.
Go on, man. Go on."
Hey.
What a top fella. But I just love his ratings video. Terrible, good, woeful. I love that. I rate that massively. 1 million chips said there. And I mean, David is spot on there. Scores a screaming, then misses an absolute tap-in. Which is, I don't know. It's a bit like his Everton miss, really.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
Poor. I'm not sure if that's an innuendo, but yeah, Llorente cock out. Or if that's just wait. Anyway, we've got to try and laugh, guys. We've got to try and laugh.
You have, man. That's the thing, yeah.
I'm just thinking of 4, to be honest. I'm thinking of 4.
Let's do it. Let's give him 4. He played like a bell end. Do you know what, though? Like, people will probably say we're wrong. I really am shocked with a lot of people's takes, especially with the no fight they had in C fight. Yeah, we created chances. Yeah, we got at the last minute, but not when Click and Calvin are getting take off. Who were arguably, Click's a shithouse and Calvin likes a challenge. And yeah. Seems like this, Joe. We weren't terrible, I thought we were.
Yeah, created chances, but that's not. Yeah, we were good in the final third, but the other 2/3 we were terrible. Absolutely dross in the other 2/3.
I think a lot of it's due to the fact like we've got Man United fans commenting, and a few of them are like saying, "Look, you didn't park the post, fair play, and it makes for a great entertainment game of football." But yeah, I'm proud of them. But we got beat 6-2 against Man United, and
I don't know why I like this comment, but
it's true though, right?
This comment.
True, man.
Fair play. It has been a below par performance. I think that's a bit harsh. Yeah. A 1. The 1's a bit harsh, to be fair.
Yeah, and we will. Dan Bob, don't worry. I'm going to give you some big shout outs for Bielsa anyway, because I absolutely love the man. So we'll get to him at the end.
4? Yeah. 4 for Jack Harrison?
Yeah. So, hang on. So if people are saying, right, that we played well and we did have fight, then why is the general consensus on our player ratings that no one has been above 7? Like, not just on ours, on people that are on Twitter. Like, I get back in the team, but you can't say we were good because we got beat 6. We weren't good. Rodrigo gave the ball away for a goal. Calvin went missing. Click went missing. Ayling didn't have a great day. Dallas was shite at right back. Alioski, Harrison, both shite. Bamford missed the sitter. Harrison missed the sitter. Rafinha was the only one who's decent. Yes, we created chances, but we were shit.
We were. There's no other word for it, mate. I can't see how anyone could say we were anything other than diabolical today.
And we lacked
diabolical. We were 4 down after 40 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. 3 minutes, man. Click, letting someone just run off him. We weren't fit. We weren't ready for the game, and that's what I'm talking about. Fight. How can you say you're up for the fight when you can see 2 goals from McTominay, who's coming from deep, who was allowed to run 30 yards?
Scott McTominay, by the way, has scored. In fact, I'll quote you now. Only goals Scott McTominay has scored in the last 3 years. He has scored in the last 3 years. He scored 8 goals in the last 3 years.
I don't agree with this comment either. I don't agree with that. And listen, I'm not having a go at you, Sean. I just don't agree with it because
I think they might have played a part. I don't think it was the main part. Do you not think?
It was shit.
Yeah, but everyone was. You not think? I still think if they hadn't been on the booking, I think Alioski would have come off. To be honest.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Right, okay, maybe.
I still think Click would have come off, but I'm not sure KP would have come off. I'm not. I don't know. To be honest, mate, it's just like it's one of those. I don't know who to go with on that kind of argument because I can see it on both sides, mate. I can see both ways, but I don't know. I mean, Matt Hayes sums it up here perfectly. Scott McTominay scored as many goals from open play in the first 3 minutes today as Arsenal have managed in the last 2 months. To be fair, Tottenham blog, we had a good laugh about Arsenal. And let's just remember, we're not Arsenal at the end of the day. We're not Arsenal, so positives. Right. So 4 for Jack Harrison. We're going for that.
See, this is like, so Mike, yeah? Mike said we had 15 goal attempts and stayed true to our identity. I want us to stay true to our identity. I understand that, right? And yes, we will always create. We will always create. However, we're at fault for the goals.
And they had 25 shots. They had 25 shots themselves.
They had 25 shots. We were at fault for our goals. We had more possession than Man United and shipped 6 goals. We created our own. Yeah, I can have 15 goal attempts, but if I've created mistakes that have led to goals, which that's what the majority of them were, yeah. Then look, if you were to go through each of them goals, the first goal, yeah, you've let McTominay run off you, right? Click might have created 2. Let's say, right, this is how I see it, right? Click has, let's say Click created 5 chances in that first half, right? But is at fault for the first 2 goals. Has he had a good performance? No, not for me. That's just the way I seen it.
Click's a midfielder. His job is still for me to protect that back 4, create, well, not necessarily create. His work on the ball was terrible for me. I think he did create that chance for Bamford, to be fair, but that doesn't justify that for me. You know, his pass success rate today must have been the worst it's been for Bielsa. I mean, I don't even remember him getting on the ball. Mate, I don't remember seeing Click get on the ball in the game. I honestly don't. In fact, I'm going to look up how many passes Click made in the game because, honestly, I can't remember Click getting on the ball today. And I love Mateus Click, but
this is a shout as well, Silverback. First goal, Rafinha loses the ball. The third goal, Rodrigo loses the ball, gives it the Man United player. 4th goal, KP is at fault. Who scores the 5th? Is that
Click
Dan James one?
18 passes in 45 minutes. That's not good enough. That's not good enough.
So this is what I'm saying. So yes, we created a lot of chances. However, we also were guilty of giving them up. So that's why, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I just can't see any of it. I respect that we created chances, but it's just not enough that for me. We had to create at least twice as many chances to justify how many we conceded at the other end of the pitch for me. It was just not good enough, not good enough at all. Right, let's move on to Paddy Bamford then. Again,
I don't think he was great tonight. He didn't
No, snatched.
Look at that Chelsea game. I thought he did well.
He snatched every chance for me.
Yeah. I thought he was okay against West Ham, for example. But today, I mean, there was even one where he's gone up for a ball with Maguire and he's got a flick in the eye and he's hit the deck.
Yeah, that was disappointing to see.
I think he should have had a pen, but yeah, I didn't think he was great tonight.
A free off Silverback, free off anonymous Yorkshire. Free header, as David says.
He missed the free header.
At that stage of the game, though, Paddy's through on goal, that free header. He scores both of them. It's 2-2, mate. That's how mad the game could have been. So, again, it proved costly. I still think we probably would have lost the game, but, it's a poor game for Paddy, to be honest. And the Twitter ratings are as follows. I still think he's been our best player this season. Don't get me wrong. For me, I'd say
mine was Click.
But I think I've got to still go Paddy for me now. I think I've got to switch to Paddy. 41% have gone 5s. 26% have gone 4s. I think I've got to go more down the 4 route, to be honest, because those chances were big, at 2-0.
Yeah.
And to be fair, as Matt says, again, we underperformed our XG today.
He's got to score that one, mate, with the right foot.
Of course he has. Of course he has.
And Simon's bang on, and this is what I'm saying. Some guy actually commented on my video and said I'm a schizophrenic because I'm up one week and down the next. I don't have balanced reviews. Well, I'm not going to give you balanced reviews because I wear my heart on my sleeve and I say what I see. And if we've battered Newcastle,
Leeds are a thingy team. We're up and down.
Yeah, exactly.
We are going to be great some weeks.
The guy's calling me a schizophrenic, saying I'm up and down. But hang on a minute, mate. We won 5-2 and we've been beat 6-2. You couldn't get a more schizophrenic team if you ask me. Do you know what I mean, though?
It's true. Yeah. So, no, it's true.
I did say this to Simon, and I've said it all along, and that's why I'm okay. Yes, I was fuming straight after the result. Yes, it was difficult to take. Yes, it's to them. But we could easily beat them in April, 100%. This is bullshit as well. I said this though, Simon, you're right. I did say this. EZ Roddybeat says this play style isn't sufficient in the Prem. That's bullshit. That is absolute codswallop.
7 points clear of the relegation zone playing this style of play. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't.
Look at Roy Keane, and I hate to quote Roy Keane. Roy Keane said Fulham and West Brom would snap their hands off to be doing what Leeds are doing. And he's bang on the money. You think West Brom fans are buzzing that Allardyce has walked in the door? Leeds will find games where we get
West Brom lost 3-0, by the way.
Yeah. Aston
Villa,
what
a great manager bounce.
Yeah. So he's coming in the door. He's going to make them pragmatic and difficult to beat, right? But and may stay up. Will stay up. We'll be totally fine. Saying that style isn't sufficient to the Prem. Have you watched City? Have you watched Liverpool? What are you talking about, man? Crazy,
this is what we're up against. West Brom. That can't be true. That can't be true. Even for Sam Allardyce, that can't be true. 0.02. But yeah, no, top man. That's Samuel there. That's but that's the thing, mate. See, top class. That must be the third or fourth donation Sam's made in the last couple of days. Absolutely top class support that. And yeah, what? Next time we play them, we'll be in a better place. Hopefully we've got Robin Koch in the team, Llorente, maybe Rodrigo de Paul if we go from in January. I think, to be honest, mate, just on Rodrigo de Paul, I think Click's performances last couple of games, Rodrigo's obviously been in and out. I think that might fast track that Rodrigo de Paul deal. I might be wrong, but I have that feeling. And Forshaw's nowhere closer, is he? Let's be honest.
This is the thing as well. What's that? I'm getting pissed here. I was like, what's that? Have I just missed? Yes, Herbie, of course that style would get us to Europe. Of course it will get us to Europe. What will happen is, right, this Leeds United side, look at Villa. Villa's a good barometer. Someone mentioned the comment earlier. Mm-hmm. Villa's a good barometer. They're doing fine now. And that will happen with Leeds United. We'll just progress. Yeah. The things that change this Leeds United side, it's nothing to do with style. So, like Siri said, or Kerry Williams, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Sorry, mate. He said we should adopt our style in 50% of games and use a different style against the top 10. I don't agree with that because we weren't saying that after City. We weren't saying that after Liverpool, you know.
Yeah.
Bielsa's not going to change his style, and I think he's found it quite frustrating in the interviews, and it's getting put to him. And people always say to me, "Oh, should you not just drop off?" No. The thing that lets our overall style of play down at the minute is the quality of player. The thing that makes this system even better and the big losses less frequent and is more competitive against these big teams when we do come up against them is a quality of player. That's what it is. I don't know what you think about that, Oscar. Yeah, it's not the style. Let's just shut up shop and try and nick a result. It's nothing to do with that because we've seen today.
The right way to go.
We've created 15 chances like we were told earlier. If that's a better level of player, maybe we convert more than that. But not only that, we don't ship as many chances as we did today against Man United with a better level player. And that's the difference. Man United are years ahead of us. Years ahead of us. Chelsea, Liverpool, City, years ahead of us. You know? But know that with Bielsa and with the plan that we have in place, we'll get better and better. We've added, in this window, we added Rafinha, Rodrigo, Koch, Llorente. Koch and Llorente make us stronger straight away. Everyone will, you know, Rodrigo, he's been brilliant. I know he's been in that. Rafinha's been a revelation. Mm-hmm. If we were to then have an additional 4 next summer, maybe a left back, another centre back, you might get an 8. You know, you might get someone to help Bamford out. That's another 4 players that take this team up a notch. You know, the likes of, and I mean this with the best intention, the likes of Alioski, Dallas, Cooper. I'm not having a go, but they're on borrowed time. They're not going to be here forever. Dallas is coming to the end of his career. Cooper's going to be coming to the end of his career. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that they're poor, but in a couple of windows' times, this is what improves us, not let's rip up the squad and let's play this way against them individuals. It's the level of player. You know, I don't know what you think about that, Oscar.
No, I totally agree. I think the other thing I'd say is we're a lot better than what Villa were last season. You know, I know I'd get the comparison, but Villa were really struggling at this point. You know, they only stayed up by the skin of it. They stayed up by a terrible VAR decision. You know, and they've bounced back straight away. They've brought in Watkins. They've trying to think was Matty Cash, Martinez, made those 3 signings, and all of a sudden they look good now. And that's sometimes all it is. You know, a couple of signings and you become really, really competitive. And I think that's all we are away from it. You know, I think obviously the centre-back problem's there. I'm not being funny. No manager in the world, with the greatest respect, is going to get results on a consistent basis with a right-back, you know, a newly promoted right-back playing at centre-half. It's just the fact of the matter. And then the winger playing left-back. It's just not the basis of a solid defensive foundation. It's just... And that's a simple fact. I do rate the players. I do rate Luke Ayling massively. You know, Luke Ayling for me, you know, absolutely no problem at right back. But for me, centre back, it's a tough battle for him. It's a tough challenge for him, to be fair.
It is, man. He's up again.
We wouldn't have lost 6-2 with Koch in the team today. We wouldn't have lost 6-2 with Llorente in the team today, or Ayling at right back. Dallas. I think Dallas is better at left back as well. I'm going to make that controversial claim. I think left back suits this game better. Yeah. Certainly going forward. Yeah, I think it definitely suits this game better. You know,
this is what we're saying about the thing. It's like Dallas isn't a left back, man. Dallas isn't a left back. He's not a midfielder. He's not a number 8. But we're coming up against a great Man United side that have got the wind in the sails. I say great, but you get what I'm saying. A better quality of opposition. They've got the wind in the sails. They're 2 up after 3 minutes. They're flying, and we've got square pegs in round holes. And people are saying, get Bielsa out, change the system, drop back, do all this. No, man. You know? It's just...
I don't think... We're not safe yet. You know, obviously, you know, in terms of our defensive problems, it could be a massive problem as the season goes on. But I still think, having looked at Newcastle and Fulham yesterday...
You're not getting relegated, bro. That's one thing I'll say.
I can't see it. Unless we lose these next 2 games, I'm not getting nervous about that at all. If we lose the next 2, fair enough. I might say, ooh, okay. You know, we might have a bit of a problem here, but I can't see it. I can't see that happening at this moment in time. I think we're terrible with 2 teams. coming up.
If we get relegated, I mean, I'd get clipped up to death because everywhere I've been, I've said we won't get relegated. But Leeds fans, honestly, do we have Leeds fans that are genuinely worried about relegation? Like, hand on heart, are like sitting there thinking we're going to get relegated? Because there's a lot worse teams, man. This is the thing. We're very reactionary. I think. Well, fans are anyway. I am, but we've just battered Newcastle 5-2, and everyone's bouncing ahead of Manchester United. We're being humbled today. Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is. We move on. We've now got West Brom and Burnley. You know, we'll be fine. I think we might struggle against West Brom. I'm honest. Just because Sam Allardyce will have had a couple of weeks and he'll just put 11 men behind the ball and it'll be
a bit like the free.
True, but he hasn't been there. How many days has he been there, bro?
Yeah, but he's so much better than Bilic, don't forget.
No, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, I do agree with you though, mate. I think obviously the way they're set up under Allardyce is probably tougher for us than what it was under Bilic. Yeah.
It's that. And the one thing I will say though, over the next two games, we cannot be conceding cheap set pieces because that will punish us. Believe me.
Chris Wood on a set piece.
Chris Wood, bloody the whole lot of them, Tarkovsky, bloody the whole lot of them, and then it's same at West Brom, man. So
yeah, no, definitely. You know, I think obviously those games are going to be a bit more. Where both teams will say amount of shots off against us as what Man United did. I can't see that. Yeah, I'm not going to play that way. But they're tough games. We've just got to show that resilience to get through them. You know, we've just got to get through these next couple of games. January window then comes along. If we can make one, maybe two signings, one signing, I think just gives us that massive boost. You know, as Darren said, Darren said that from all the stats on, he was spot on. We can't afford to be making 3 or 4 signings. It's not right for us to do that. 1 or 2 at the most for me. Backup goalkeeper and something just to strengthen the starting 11 because the thought of Meslier getting injured or suspended.
Oscar, I think it'd be. I don't. Yeah, no, I understand.
I can't see it happening. Don't get me wrong. I can't see it happening.
The club won't spend the small money they've got on a backup goalkeeper, and I, as a fan, wouldn't want them to yet.
Really? I think we'd be in big trouble about Meslier. I do,
and I don't want that man in goal. But my point is, you're doing it on the basis that Meslier gets injured. He might not.
It could happen though. It could happen.
Yeah, of course.
Suspended.
You know, I could fucking fall over now. Obviously, everything. No, do you know what I mean? No, I don't get it.
I could fall over now.
Yeah, I could fall over now, but I'm not going to put a crash mat underneath me just in case I do. I don't know if that's the right analogy and what I'm trying to say.
That's the most unserious thing I can think of. I'll fall over.
No, but what I'm saying is, right, we'd be spending money on a keeper and wages on a keeper just in case Meslier gets injured.
You sat down.
Yeah, worse than shit has happened. We've just been beat 6-2, man.
No, we've got to laugh if we can. We've got to laugh. Fall off the chair, as David says. Right, let's move on. Let's move on to the substitutions then. Again, not really much to talk about. Shaxx, 5.
Yeah, he didn't do much. I think he should have had a go in midfield, man. We were already beat.
Yeah, it just didn't work, did it? You know, Dallas moving there, it just didn't work in that sense. But there's not really, I can't really think much of Shaxx's performance because he didn't really do much wrong. He didn't really do much right. Just a straightforward 5 for me, mate. That's about as far as can go on that one. Twitter has gone on Shaxx. Twitter has gone for Jamie Shackleton. Yeah, again, 47% gone 5s. Yeah. Pascal?
6. I thought he did okay. I know he gave away a penalty.
Yeah.
But we're already fucking falling down.
I know, it's gone by then, but yeah, I suppose a 6. He did better than KP.
I thought he was okay.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Twitter, bit harsher, gone 5s, but I'll go a 6.
I think it'll go with a 5, mate, if you want. No, some people have said 3. Someone said the great Carly gave a penalty away, which I love. Do you know what? The great Carly? Have you not?
Okay. Yeah, okay.
You know who he is?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I love. I watch WWE, by the way.
It's class.
32. Still,
you got a few Seamus comments the other day off My United fans. Yeah, a couple of Seamus things.
Good, man. My name is Seamus, and I love to fight. I don't know what accent that was. No, that's Finley. Anyway, that's Finley. Wow. Sorry, WWE chat. Let's move on. Yeah.
All WWE, aren't we?
Are we? Yeah, man.
All right, let's just go 6 with Pascal.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's go 6 with Pascal. Leeds Davis.
Someone's asking to review Friday Night SmackDown. That's what we'll have to start doing.
Well, next international break, that's what we're going to have to be doing. Doing live watch-alongs at WWE.
That would be close. Live watch-along of WrestleMania next time it's around. F. Boogie says, do you remember me? I said we will win. Nah, don't remember you, mate. I do, mate. I do. Yeah. Nah, big shout out. Who was next to come on?
Leeds Davis.
I'm not having him, mate. I'm not having him. I like the lad. I've seen people say, "Oh, he should start him."
The only thing I'd say is that he's playing centre back against Edison Cavani.
Yeah. But he should have made that challenge. He's played there before, and he left of a back three. I remember him doing it.
One of his first games this season. Got to put him a left back for me, but I don't know. It's only like the game's gone, isn't it? At that point, but again, I'd be thinking 5.
Yeah, I give him a 4, mate. Just for the. Yo, man, don't start fucking putting flags in this fucking chat, you little.
That was what it was like during the game, mate. I mean, there was that many coming in, and it's just to say, if anyone was offended by any that might have popped up on stream, that was totally unintentional. But when you're trying to block so many at the same time, sometimes. You're trying to block. It's just when you click the wrong button in that one, you try to watch the game at the same time. Apologies if that did happen on the live stream. There was about 20 that happened at the same time. Did try and sort it out.
Just absolute dingbats putting flags and saying certain things in the chat. There's no need for it. Just embarrassing.
Why?
Exactly, because they're idiots, man. Fuckwits. Ain't got a brain. Anyway, move on. What were we saying?
You're about to go in on
Jamie, I've just seen it pop up.
No, I agree on the thread chats.
Yeah, man, why didn't you take him out? I don't know if I'm not seeing that right. But I don't know why. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought now. I don't know why he hasn't made the challenge. Do you know which bit I'm referencing?
Yeah, I do.
Was I wrong? Should he have made a challenge there, or?
I think he should have done. I don't know if he's worried about giving away a penalty. I don't know, but I think he probably should have just gone in just full on in there. I think the ball was there to be won. It's Fred at the end of the day. He's not a massive goal threat, and he's in on goal. I don't know. I know what you mean. I know what chance you're referring to. Melier bails it out, but yeah, I mean. It's a tough one, isn't it? I would still say Davis over Alioski at left back. I still think Alioski.
Give him a try there, mate. Give him a try there. It's the least we can do, Oscar, my man. It's the least we can do.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're thinking 5. So that was Twitter, to be fair, has been a bit more generous. 30. They've gone 6s on Twitter. I'm not sure we can give any of the subs.
No.
Impact. I suppose Pascal, but 5. There's worse players.
Yeah. I agree. Someone said Bielsa like he didn't care. Like, what is it? As a United fan, I'm happy we won. No disrespect, your manager Bielsa looked like he gave up early. I don't know. Like, what give you that impression?
What, do we just go, right, I'm off for a Twix?
I'm not having it. I don't understand.
Down the touchline saying, "See ya."
Yeah. He gave up. I don't understand that, but yeah, there you go. Martin Nolan says you look tired. Time to put the head down and move on. Love you too, Martin. Love you
That's
too.
That's like a polite way of saying.
Yeah, guys, just wrap it up. Wrap it up, will you?
Wrap it up.
Before we do wrap it up, let's have a talk about Bielsa. How do you think he did today?
The only thing I'd say is the subs bringing on such inexperienced players in that kind of moment in the game. That's the only thing I'd say.
I don't know if you've had a chance to watch the watch along, but you had me gone, man, when you went.
Make a change. But I still stand by that.
Yeah.
Because we're losing the game. There's 3 or 4 players who are just letting the game go, and I just thought we were a bit passive in that. I think we should have made a statement to the team and made that change before half time. I just thought it was crying out for a change in midfield. Left back, just try something a bit different.
Yeah.
I appreciate obviously got players out, but it wasn't a great day for Bielsa today. 5, 6, 5. I can't put it on Bielsa because the quality player at the end of the day, Solskjaer with this team of players is getting relegated. It's as simple as that. And Solskjaer's a terrible manager, so we can go to that anyway. But and they're not winning the league. They can keep going about the winning the league. I've seen stuff about title 21 coming soon and all that lot.
Do you agree with this?
You seriously think you're going to win the title over Liverpool? You seriously think that, Man United fans?
Do you agree with that?
I would agree with that because
Really?
it's 3-0. I was saying to you, we can't afford to get battered here. We can't afford to get battered here in terms of confidence. We tried to push up. Well, fair enough, we got 2 goals. You know what? We had some chances. I can see it from that point of view. Yeah. But we got caught on the counter. And that's the way we play. It's just the only thing I'd say is that this game, I'd have been happy just to, just not park the bus, but just be a little bit more pragmatic at 3-0.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
That's maybe why I was so angry at 4, because we couldn't get anything going. We were trying to push both fullbacks flying forward, and it was just all going wrong. And I just thought maybe we could have made a change, just being a little bit more pragmatic. But emotion is emotion. What emotion is.
These Man United fans that are in the chat, have your day in the sun, because what normally happens is when you put in a great performance and run your bollocks off against Leeds United, the normal thing that happens is you lose your next game because you're absolutely beat. So let's just have a look and see who you've got. You've got Everton away.
Yes.
No, that's the EFL. So, well, Man United have got some tough games coming up now. They've got Everton away, Leicester away, Wolves and Villa at home. So, yeah, I fully expect you to pick up 0 points in the
arrogance, mate. You can't tell me that my United team's looking at it thinking, yeah, we're seriously going to finish above Liverpool on the table. You're not.
Tosh,
You're not. I can't wait to see Mo Salah come up against that high line you're trying to play. I cannot wait for that. Cannot wait to see Mo Salah up against Harry Maguire, because you're going to get a lesson taught to you, and you're just going to be silent. You're going to be silent. We're not going to hear from you. We're not going to hear from you until April after that game. That's a fact of the matter.
Someone's put. I've actually seen this for the first time on AFTV. It was absolutely brilliant. You don't mind reading it out. Did Ty choked on DT Willie? There you go. You can have that.
We might get sued for this, but
okay. We don't mind. No.
Just to confirm, we don't know who Ty or DT are, or what organisation or whatever channel they're part of. But it's all banter. It's all banter.
It's all banter. Yeah, I think we've done an hour and 10 minutes. I think we've done long enough. There's your player ratings. We will be back tomorrow with Monday Night Football, 8 o'clock as per. We'll be talking about the game just gone and looking ahead to Burnley away. And we have Kaylee Cooper from Writing the Gary Kelly's podcast. And we also have Mr. the Stat Man. I'm a stat man. Mr. Andrew Stats Dalton, who will be able to tell us loads of amazing stats as to why this was the worst game that we could have imagined for.
The worst game in the history of games.
There you go. So we'll leave it there. Thank you all for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Smash a like on your way out. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Peace out.